with Danielle.
Draw with me. This is the first time I'm drawing Tweety. Let's go through the process together. Let's begin by drawing. We're going to start up here, draw a very, very, very round area up here. And I'm going to even continue to bring it down a little bit more down here and stop. Now, one thing I also need to do is draw a little cheek right here. So it's going to go down a little bit and then it's going to curve in. So I'm kind of looking at that outer edge and trying to figure out if my line matches. So there we go, gently. And then over here, I'm going to also draw, let's see about, it looks like this one goes right about there. This one I'll go right about here and continue on like it's an invisible line. And draw that there too. I'm noticing that one's much bigger than I'd like, but that's okay. I'm going to draw a straight line. And then that big area here, I think I'm going to curve it to eventually get into lining up right there. There we go. And I can erase that first line, but that was a pretty good opener first line. So I'm pretty proud that I still was able to get that there. Just clean it up so I can see the picture and the lines. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is, if you noticed on this part right here, there's cheeks. So I'm going to pretend that I'm drawing a circle, but I'm stop. And I'll draw another part right there. Same thing here. I'm going to draw a big circle, but I'm going to stop and draw another one right there. Now, right in the middle, we're going to draw a little bit of a beak. Now, honestly, I'm noticing that these cheeks ended up touching the beak because my circles weren't big enough. I'm just going to make them go right on the side. So it's just going to be a little different. Here we go. And this one goes down a little bit deeper. Like that. Then there's a line, kind of like a little bit of a smiley face. Okay, now at this part right here, it's going to help us to draw these really big ovals. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side here as well. So I'm going to start there, and it looks like it goes up real big and comes down. Now, if you look at these two, you'll probably notice that one of them is much bigger than the other, which is okay, but I kind of see where it happened. So I'm going to go back and just fix it. I'm really glad that I drew very lightly. Here we go. It's a lot closer. So I can definitely fix that up now. I'm pretty happy with it. Again, differences are okay. So now, at the very top of the eyes are these 3 eyelashes. 1, 2, 3. And then the other ones go the opposite direction. 1, 2, 3. Oops. Touch. Little eyebrow. A little bit there. Another one right here. There we go. And then even on the top of the head, a little bit of hair. One at the top, one at the back. Okay, now for the eyes. I see 3 circles, or 3 ovals, so I'm going to start with the darkest one. Then I'm going to do another one that kind of is parallel to that. Now, the artist that did these drew them blue, but I'm sure you can draw any color that you'd like. There we go. As I looked at my picture, I like to go back and double check. I wanted them to be a little closer to the same place. Okay, now for the body. I'm going to move this picture up just a tiny bit. Okay, so now we have the neck. So right here, we're going to start and the neck's gonna kind of go in and stop right here. And this one's gonna kind of go straighter. That's because it's supposed to look like he's kind of tilting his neck just a little bit off to the side. Now, the next part, I'm going to, just to start off here, draw like a little bit of an arch, go down, and then I'm gonna stop. Now, from this part, I'm gonna draw a little bit of, well, how shall I say it? A little bump right there at the very back. That's gonna be his little bottom. So I see right there, I can quickly draw the little tail feather. So I kind of went up and around, and then kind of like the opposite of a D. There you go. And then this part right here too kind of looks like, oh, maybe I should make this a little bit rounder. But it kind of looks like if I were to go all the way around, it would make a big giant circle. But we're gonna erase a lot of that. Again, drawing takes a lot of perspective and finding the shapes and lines in all the things that we look at. So now, from here, it's going to go up, and I want it to kind of end, I think right below the neck right here. So I'm going to draw a light line and connect these, and then erase. It's going to be the body, but we're going to put some arms so it'll cover up. Okay, now down here, a little bit of the back, we're going to go draw just a little bit of a jelly bean shape. And then I'm going to do the same thing here on the other side, but I want it to be kind of straighter. Okay, these next two lines. First one I'm going to do starts right a little bit more in from this leg part. It's going to go in, I'm going to go straight down, and actually I want it pretty big. In fact, it needs to go past his head. It kind of goes to here. So I'm going to draw a little mark here, and I'm going to try to draw this big giant foot. It's going to go all the way around, and then I stop because I'm going to draw the other line to connect it. And there we have it. Now you probably noticed that there was a few times I was trying to draw the leg here. Not a problem. And then even right here where I ended up doing that, I'm just going to make a toe. The way I do that, curve this in and curve that in just a little bit. Okay, now make sure you can see that. The next one is going to go similarly, but it's going to kind of go in a little bit. So it's in, and then it's going to go all the way around, and his foot again is going to be pretty big, about the same size as the other one. And then I'm also going to draw a line going in, and it's going to go in and straight out. Now, with this, I'm going to just simply have to draw one going in like that. I think that actually works pretty well. There's some places I would possibly fix it up, but this is my first draw and I'm pretty proud of it. The next part I'm going to draw is going to be the top of his shoulder, and it's going to go straight down. Underneath, parallel to this, is that line there, and then I'm going to draw two parallel lines going up, except this part we're going to have to round, and then straight up. Next to it, we're going to draw a little bit of a mark just like that, that little tiny part. I'm going to bring it down all the way towards here. And this next one is also going to go right here. And then we have these hands. So hands are kind of hard. So what I'm going to do from this line is I'm just going to simply draw 1, 2, 3, 4, because it looks like that actually comes up right there like that. And then I'm just going to kind of bring this part in together here. Now that looks pretty weird right now. But if I erase that line, it starts to look a lot more like the fingers are connected here together. And there you have it. Let me make sure we can move it up there. And we have Tweety Bird.